Hello. It's B at Real Talks with B. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, hi. How are you? How is your heart? I pray all is well. I really do. I really pray all is well. So, to get into today's video, we are going to talk about what are you choosing? What are you choosing overall in your life, throughout your day? This can apply to really pretty much anything, right? A lot of times it's unfortunate that we naturally, most of the time, choose bad or choose negative over positive, right? Especially in moments when times are heated, when life is not going how we want it to go. We are oftentimes choosing to think negative, to think bad, to think about all of the things that could happen or that could go wrong instead of thinking about what could go right. What's good in this situation? What's the positive in this situation, right? So as creators, as humans, we definitely have the power of choice. So that could apply to your thought process. When you are going throughout your days, are you choosing to think good? Are you choosing to think positive? Even when those negative thoughts come in, are you switching from negative to positive, or are you staying in that negative rut? And the one thing I want to mention is that you definitely have the power of choice. You have the free will to choose. So my advice would be to always try to choose the good. I always try to focus on the good, because that's going to actually ultimately be what ends up reflecting in your life, right? Because our thoughts become things. So if you find yourself in this space, or you're in a situation, or maybe you are at it with somebody, even like at work, right? If you find yourself in a situation with your coworkers, and you know that the situation might be a negative situation, you have the power to choose. Am I going to choose to sit here and be mad? Am I going to choose to sit here and stay in this low frequency, this low vibration, or am I going to choose something different, right? And it can't be both. It can't be both. So you do have the power to choose. My question to you is, like I said, what are you choosing, y'all? I just really want to people to understand that I believe that things in life could go so much smoother, so much better if we choose to focus on the good, if we choose to think better, to think good thoughts. It's like we instantly choosing to think bad. For instance, if you have something that you want to accomplish in your life, just think about how sometimes we may have that idea, that thought, but a lot of times we'll start having that self-doubt. We'll start thinking we're not good enough. We'll start thinking, oh, well, there's so many other people doing this already, so I probably shouldn't do it because my way of doing it is not going to be as successful as their way of doing it, right? And now I'm not telling you that you're not going to have these type of thoughts. You're not going to think these ways. What I'm saying is that when you think these ways, when you start catching yourself having these type of thoughts and things, you have the power to choose, okay, am I going to sit here and constantly think bad, or am I going to be like, all right, okay, now I know them thoughts there. I'm in tune. I'm aware of what I'm thinking. So now let's think like, okay, well, what if it does work out? Okay, well, what if my way of doing it is a good way? Now you see what I'm saying? Now that you're able to choose better thinking, just try your best in those situations to choose better thoughts, right? Choose to be on a better frequency, a better vibration, because when you start, you'll notice when you start feeling it, when you start feeling better, when you start feeling good about it, you start attracting good. You start attracting good. Things start aligning for you. Things start working out for you. But if you notice when you feel bad, think about when you cry, when you sad, right? When you mad. Everything around you start happening. You get even madder. You get even sadder. The more that you choose to be sad, the more that you choose to be mad, the more you're going to attract that. So that's why I'm telling you, you have the power to choose. And that's what I love about this life. I know we have rules, we have regulations, we have laws that we have to follow and live by. But what I love about this life and the freedom of choice, the freedom of doing basically a lot of what we want to do. Now, we can't do too many things and not have bad consequences to our actions. But what I love about free will is that you have the power to choose, y'all, and you can't choose both at one time. That's the law of polarity. You can't choose both. If you're gonna be mad, you can't be mad and happy at the same time. You have the power of choice. I would advise for you to always try your best to choose the good. Choose the positivity. Choose the bright side. We know what it's like to be negative. We know what it's like to be mad. We know what it's like to be sad. And we also know what it's like to be happy. We also know what it's like to be joyful, to be cheerful. I want you to pause this video after I ask you this question. If you had the power to choose between happiness, joy, peace, love, calmness, all positivity, all of the good stuff on this side, and then sadness, anger, fear, doubt, frustration, you know, all of the stuff on this side, the bad stuff on this side, what would you choose? What would you choose? What feels good to you? What feels good to you? Now that you thought about that, go about your days choosing that thing. And 9 times out of 10, I'm sure a lot of y'all chose the good, the happiness, the love, the peace, the joy. I'm sure a lot of y'all chose it. And so if you like how that feel, if you know how that feel, why don't you practice? Why don't you work on making sure that you're choosing that in those moments? Now, sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard. I'm not going to even lie. It's hard to choose positivity in the heat of the moment of certain situations and certain things. But when you start getting tuned in, when you start really knowing who you are, when you know that things work out for you, when you start affirming that, when you start telling yourself that good things are happening to me, good things are happening through me, I deserve good things. When you start really speaking into your life and over yourself, in those moments, you might just be able to pause and respond instead of react. In those moments, you might be able to pause and choose how you're going to respond to that situation. Are you going to respond out of love? Are you going to respond out of fear, anger, frustration, doubt, you know, all of that stuff? In those moments, but this takes time, this takes work. This takes you meditating, being quiet, being still, sitting with yourself, doing inner work, healing. You know what I'm saying? All of this takes time and it takes work, but I promise you, you can get there. I promise you can get there. And it doesn't mean that you're perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm not asking for perfection. All we just trying to do, y'all, is just become better. All I'm trying to do is encourage you to find love within. To find love within. To speak life over your life, because you have the power to do that, just like you have the power to choose. So once again, I would hope that you would start choosing the better route for you. Start choosing happiness for you. Start choosing love. Start choosing peace. Choose joy, y'all. Choose joy, because at the end of the day, you have the power to do that. You have the power to do that. When you see people that's happy all the time, when you see people that's creating a life that lives a beautiful, joyful life, a lot of times when you see that, that is what they chose. That is what they all chose. You're no different from them. They're no different from you. We all have the power of choice. We all have the power of choice, y'all. And I want us all to live in abundance, live in peace, live in happiness, live in joy. Yeah, we gonna get sad. Yeah, we gonna be mad. Yeah, we gonna have to cry. It's a part of life too. All of it is a part of life. But we have to learn to embrace the power of choice and choose the good. Choose the happiness. Choose the peace. Choose the love, y'all. I want that for all of us. If you are here and you are under the sound of my voice right now, you are listening to me right now, I hope this so much for you and for me as well. Love, peace, joy, happiness, fun. You deserve good things. We all deserve good things. We could have it. We could have it. And it starts by choosing. So y'all, that's all I have in this video today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't looked in the mirror today and told yourself anything nice, when you get done watching this video, go look in the mirror and tell yourself something nice, because you deserve it. I love y'all, but remember, God love you more, baby. I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all be sweet. Bye.